Satnam. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're taking out to do this practice. I welcome you to the first video to be put onto the Deeper Daily Life YouTube stream or video. I couldn't do this one live because I need 24 hours to activate the account, so I'm doing this as a quick time player. So we're just going to jump straight into it, and we'll take time to go through all the different steps of the practice and to step through the tuning in process, and then working through a series of breath and movement to relax the body and relax the being. The kriya that we're going to do requires the body and the being to be relaxed. So I'll be inviting you as we step in and go deeper and deeper to just allow that relaxation through being present, tuned in, and just trusting in this process of experiencing the psyche. So in Kundalini yoga, in the form that I do, we tune in with two mantras to begin with. The first one is called the Adi mantra, and it is the words Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, and we do that 3 times, and you'll probably see a bit of cat action coming through. We do that 3 times, and we do the Adi mantra to connect and bow to the external wisdom of not only the lineage, but the wisdom that is always outside of us, wanting to connect into us, and the wisdom within us, the inner wisdom, the inner guru, always wanting to connect in with us. So whether the external for you is nature, it is the art of observation as a feedback mechanism, it's through teachers, it's through anything external to yourself that is a source of wisdom. This mantra helps connect into that depth. And the same for connecting within yourself, the guru. Within each of us is that inherent intelligence, that beautiful wisdom. And if we can allow ourselves to connect to that guru and trust in that process, great things happen. And we then follow that up with what's called the Mangala Charan mantra, which is again done in either 3, lots of 3, or up to 5 times. And when we're doing this mantra, you start from the right hand side and imagine you're saying Adgare Name, and then to the back of you, Jugadgare Name, to the left, Satgare Name, and then to the front, Siddhiguru Deve Name. So as moving around the body, there's a pillar of white light that's just building this energy of white protective energy and light around you. So the words again are Adgare Name, Jugat Gare Name, Sat Gare Name, Siddhiguru Deve Name. And the mantras that we do are all done in a language called Gurmukhi, which is it's a derivation of Punjabi, and it's the language that the Japji is written in, and it's similar. It's a specific language for the spiritual teachings, particularly of Sikhism, or from that lineage. So I invite you. I'll put them on the screen. They should have already come up, but we'll put them on the screen so that you can follow along, and just allowing the tongue to interface into the top palate as you're saying the mantras is part of the technology. So it's part of activation of the nervous system points, and energy points on the top palate of the mouth that then have a direct correlation with the chemical structure of the brain. So when we do the mantras, we are activating through hitting the roof of the mouth into the cortex of the brain, which then is basically communicating with the rest of the body. And then after we do that, we'll begin a number of sequences. So to begin with, we bring our hands together, palms are pressing in together, and the thumbs move into the sternum, so that they're pressing in, and the palms press each other with relative force that you can feel the shoulders stretching apart, and you can feel the arms, so that you're getting a straight line across the chest and across the back. And again, we do this in order to connect in the polarities of both sides of our body, both sides of our brain, and we close the circuit. And this begins the process of allowing us to know that we're going deep within to connect with something beyond our normal daily living. And that's why I think the eyes naturally wish to close once we start doing that process, and the more you do it, the more the eyes will just naturally close. So take a moment to feel into this space, and if it's ready for you to do so, close your eyes. If it's ready for you to feel into your breath, feel where the breath is in your body. If it's ready, feel the breath falling in and out of the nostrils. And if it's ready, connect into the base of the body, into the sit bones, pressing down into the earth, and feeling the wave of the breath just naturally rolling, in breath, out breath, rolling through the body, rolling through the spine. And on the next breath in, feel into the sit bones and squeeze the sex organs, the anus, just very gently, and then the navel back towards the spine very gently, and feel that lock. That lock is called Mulaband, and we'll use Mulaband a lot during our practices to lock in like a hydraulic lock. We're pulling in the energy and getting ready for it to then start moving up the spine for us to use. And then as you do that, you feel the spine lengthen, and then allow the chin to drop slightly, which will elongate from the center back through up to the neck. And this allows for the basically the correct curvature of the spine, and for that energy to flow quite naturally up and down the spine. And just continue to breathe, and on the next breath, connecting in to Mulaband, and just gently squeeze up, holding the breath for a few seconds, and then releasing the breath. Feeling the shift of energy already. Breathing in again, intentionally through the nostrils, squeezing in Mulaband, up, and again dropping the breath out, allowing the belly to just naturally round out. And now as we breathe in, we'll begin with the Adi mantra, 3 rounds, and continue into the Mangala Charan mantra. Taking a breath in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. At Gure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. At Gure Name, Jugat Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Breathing in. Squeezing Mulaband, dropping the chin, holding, releasing the breath, and allowing yourself to feel into where the energy is already magnified, already increasing the vibrational frequency, increasing capacity, increasing quantity, even through that small focus. And then putting the hands down onto the knees. We're going to continue now with just some beautiful relaxing pranic breathing to relax and open the body. We're going to start with segmented breath. What we're going to do is simply take 4 sips of breath in, holding for 4, and then release for 4. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, breathing out for 4. Continuing. Continuing. Keeping an equal 4 counts in, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and then starting the sequence again. Continuing at your own pace, eyes closed down, focused at the brow point. Allowing the depth of the practice, the depth of the breath, the pranic energy to be the lead. Feeling that move in and out of your belly as you take the sips of breath in. You feel the pull at the navel point. And then after you hold, feel the release at the navel point where the belly extends back out. Breathing in for 4, pulling in the navel towards the spine gently, holding, squeezing Mulaband gently, exhaling, allowing the belly to release in the 4 segments. Continuing for a little bit longer. this last sequence. Take a breath in, hold and squeeze, Mulaband, drop the chin, feel the spine. Just hold gently for a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Gently squeeze. And when you're ready, release the breath, allow the belly to come back out, keeping the eyes closed, feeling the shift, feeling the movement, feeling the relaxation, feeling the de-stressing, feeling the openness, feeling the vibration, feeling the intensification, but at the same time, more gentle energy, the subtlety. The power of the breath in just a quick 3 or 4 minute sequence. We'll move on to alternate nasal breathing. So with the right hand in Gyan Mudra, which is the thumb, first finger, and the 3 fingers up, that drops down onto the knee, and having a straight arm is useful because it's activating the heart center. And then with the right hand, we're going to be closing off one side of the nose with the thumb to breathe in from the left. So we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to swap, and you can use your pinky or your index to block off the left and exhale out the right. And then you're going to breathe in the right, blocking off the right, exhaling through the left. Inhale through the left. Blocking the nasal, exhale through the right. Breathing in through the right. Blocking the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Blocking the left, exhale through the right, and continue. Breathing in, breathing out. Changing nostrils. Continuing the sequence. Eyes closed and focused at the third eye point, at the brow point between the eyebrows, between the eyes. Becoming aware of, but not really concerned with, the variations to the left and the right. Over time, you may notice these variations start forming a pattern. They may not. There might always be one that's more blocked than the other, and then that could change seasonally. Feeling the breath, power of the sun and the moon channels activating. Activating both the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous systems. Creating a deep state of relaxation. And then finishing up with this last sequence. On the inhale, take your fingers off your nose and just hold the inhale in gently, Mulaband squeeze. and release. Keep the eyes closed. And again, experiencing the shift. How different is that to the previous breath sequence? Did your mind drop away? Is it still active? I'm just going to move into a few warm-up sequences, again just to relax and open up the body. We're going to literally just start with camel pose. So hands are going to go onto the shins, and I'm going to sit slightly to the side. Hands to the shins, and holding onto the shins, and we drop. So you can use the arms for leverage, and you drop the back through and round the back like you're doing cat-cow. And then when you pull forward, you're rounding the back the other way. So it's a drop and a pull through. So the hips are tilting as you're pulling through, and you'll notice the head staying on the same plane, and it's the back that's shifting. And when you feel your sequence and your speed and the rhythm, you can close your eyes and just allow yourself to focus into the third eye point. And if it works for you, you can, on the inhale forward, sup. Exhale as you drop back, nam, nam, sit, 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 nam, silently to yourself, breathing in, forward, exhale back. Sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam, sit, nam. Next breath in, hold up to the center, squeeze Mulaband, just gently, not too hard. Just enough to lift the energy into the spine, and release. We're going to go into the actual Kriya, the meditation, which is called Experiencing the Psyche. And it says, Kundalini Yoga is uncoiling yourself to find your potential and your vitality, and to reach for your virtues. There is nothing from outside. Try to understand that all is in you. You are the storehouse of your totality. So I invite you to feel that as we're doing the practice, to feel the capacity to explore and uncover components of yourself that you've never seen before, and to dig deep into unknown parts of your own being. So this practice, you will basically have the entire time, as you can see, the thumbs are pulling down on the the little finger and the second finger. So that's the Mercury and the Sun finger, held down by Mars, the thumb. And what we have left over is Saturn and Jupiter fingers. So part of the reason I've chosen this is because we're having a great conjunction. We're in the energy already. So it's going to be happening tomorrow. So I just couldn't think of a better practice to do where we can all engage in experiencing our psyche and building the new world. So bringing your hands, I want you to bring the arms into the side of the body quite strongly. And what in fact we're going to do, we're going to have the fingers are going to be pointing out. So you're pulled into the side of the body in easy pose, and hands at the shoulder level, and the wrists are bent so the fingers are out to the side. And we're going to keep the chin in, chest out, and neck straight. And we're going to basically begin. We're going to close the eyes and begin. So move inside to yourself. Move in to. This will become an uncomfortable position. And that's what you're after. You're after going after the thing where we often stop and seeing how far you can go beyond that space. Deeply breathing, hands out to the side, pulling the shoulders in, breathing deeply. Keeping the thumb pressing down on the Sun and the Mercury fingers. Feeling into your breath. Feeling into where you go outside of yourself in order to become whole. And in fact, where can you turn that focus in on yourself and seek to find the completeness in your own being? Feeling the fingers pressing out, continue to press out. You'll begin to feel the wrists and the fingers. Allow the breath to deepen. Allow yourself to relax. Relax into the position, even if it's going to be annoying and painful at times. Deep breathing. And you can add Sat Nam. Sat on the breath in, Nam on the breath out. Mentally to yourself. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Pulling the arms back in towards the body if they're moving out. Pointing the fingers, making sure the fingers are pressed down. Connecting into the uncomfortableness. Finding the neutrality to be with it, whatever it is. Jupiter finger represents wisdom and knowledge. In the colour therapy system, it's orange. Saturn represents purity and its colour is blue. Sun represents life flow and its colour is bright red. Mercury represents communication and its colours are green and white green. Jupiter is the benefic energy, but in this polarity planet, it also can represent in our life as pessimism, where we allow perception to not allow us to move through perceived limitations. And then on the other side, it can be profound optimism. It can be experienced as luck in one's life, money, abundance, understanding, wisdom, truth, spiritual knowledge, attainment. Continuing, if you need to, saying Sat Nam in your eye, through into your mind space, focused in at the third eye, using the breath. Use your breath to go deep, deep, deep. Find somewhere to go past the annoyance, past the agitation. Pull the arms back in towards the body. Make sure the fingers are pressed down. And Saturn is our hierarchies, our time, our constraints, the things that take time to develop. The solid constructs that we can depend on. That can also be being stuck in old ways of being, not allowing creative energy to flow through. Doing really well. And now we move into the second phase, and what you're going to do is retain that position, but stretch the arms out to 60 degrees, so straight out from the body, but at this angle, so not up too high, not down too low. You want 60 degrees between both points. Stretch your arms out, no bend in the arms. Sit calmly, sit peacefully, sit quietly, and absorb the energy you've just created. Keeping the eyes closed. Using the breath. The arms just might feel like they want to fall down, but they don't have to. They're okay. Keep breathing through it, relaxing deeply into the absorption of the energy. Two fingers pointed out, the thumb pressing down the Mercury and Sun fingers. Use the breath. Almost there. You're doing really well. And now we're moving to the last component. You're going to create a halo over the top of your head, and you're going to touch the Jupiter and Saturn fingers together. Palms are facing down, so onto the top of the head. And only those two fingers. We're not here for long, but feel the complete energization of your entire being, every molecule activated, energized. The wisdom, the knowledge for your own perfection, your own sovereignty, your own nobility. And now, breathe in and sip in some more, and I want you to squeeze Mulaband and hold and squeeze absolutely every part of your being, your hands, every part, every muscle. Squeeze your entire being. Keep going, almost there. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale. Breathe in again. Hold and repeat. You're going to hold and squeeze for 10 to 15 seconds. Squeeze every part of your being. Make the most of it. You've done the work. Exhale, and one more time. Breathe in. Big breath in. Hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze every part of your being. Push it up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Allow the hands to drop down through the energy. Keep the eyes closed for a moment. Feeling the magnificence, feeling the energy, feeling the wisdom. Your birthright is to experience love, freedom, and bliss. And close out the practice with the long time sun and 3 Satnams. Rubbing the palms together. Palms together in front of the heart. And breathe in to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Nam. 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 Waheguru Chika Khalsa, Waheguru Chika Fateh. Thank you so much for doing this practice and being part of this practice today. I wish you nothing but absolute wisdom, abundance, brilliance, life, love, joy, happiness and freedom. Satnam.